What is up, guys? It is Pineapple King. Today is day 17. We are officially over halfway through the NFL teams, and today is the Las Vegas Raiders. What is the record going to be? Predict down below. Subscribe, comment, everything. I'll continue this series for you guys. I appreciate the great support. Let's get into your best and worst moves. Obviously, getting Geno Smith and paying Max Crosby. Crazy good moves. Drafting really strong at the beginning with Ashton Genty and whatever Betch, that TC wide receiver. Because you need a wide receiver, and you needed that offense. So it looks great. I just hope that Alex Kappa is enough for the offensive line. You got to make sure that you keep your depth at offensive line and depth at defense. No, you guys really didn't do much of defense besides Max Crosby, which, don't worry, he can hold his own. But head coach Pete Carroll's also a big, big win. But let's get into this. I think the Raiders did a really good offseason in a tough division, too, so they really needed it. You start off with the Patriots in Foxborough. You're going to lose. I just don't think anybody, you got two rookies starting on offense as well. Geno's got to get into it as well, too, man. You don't know how the offensive line is going to be. So you lose to the Patriots, lose to the Chargers, lose to the Commanders. I think all three of these teams have good enough offenses to block Max Crosby and torch the secondary, and good enough defenses to stop the young offense at the beginning of their little stint. They kind of got to get into it. Starting 0-3 is not great, but Raiders fans, stick around. Things turn around quickly. Bears in Las Vegas. Bang, that's a win at home. You love to see it. You love to see Geno take out Caleb Williams, and I think it's Max Crosby because that O-line is just garbage, even though they upgraded it. Still not going to be that great. Lucas Oil Stadium next. You're going to lose that one. I think Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones is popping off in that moment. And you're just in that moment, unfortunately. Titans, though, in Vegas. I don't think Cam Ward's ready yet. Maybe he is. And maybe Max Crosby can just get to him and left. You know? Geno Smith cooks. Ashton Genty's starting to get the hang of things. 2-4 isn't horrible considering you only won 4 games last year. But you do have to play the Chiefs right before the bye. You're going to lose that in Arrowhead. You're not going to be able to win in Arrowhead. It's just tough. Not horrible start. 2-5 is not a horrible start. Continue this trend. You'll be 4-10 and have a chance to win more games than you did last season. But you come out of the bye and you do it. You take a dub. I think Jacksonville is kind of got the same offensive scenario that you do, like mid quarterback. Should be good running back, a good wide receiver or two, and then a couple defensive players. It'll be a very close game, but I like the Raiders here coming out of the bye for sure. Quick turnaround to play Denver in Denver. Between having to go to Denver, them having the best defense in the league, and it being a quick turnaround for you, I don't think you can win that game. But then you play the Cowboys in Vegas. You lose them too. But then you play the Browns, and you're like, who knows? Dylan Gabriel could be out there right now for all I know. That's like week 11, week 12. Who knows? Joe Flacco's not gonna be starting. It's gonna be some random. They got 5 quarterbacks that could play the position, all bad, probably. So that's a dub. And you play the Chargers again in SoFi. I think you catch a dub. I think you catch a sneaky dub right there. I think the Chargers are trying to push to win the division, and you catch a sneaky dub. Division rivals makes it huge. Same with the Broncos. You're at home, too, for that game. 2 sneaky back-to-back dubs. You're in a 3-game win streak, and life couldn't get much better. You have 6 wins. You're 2 wins better. In a tough division, too. But this last stint of games isn't the greatest. So, in Philly, you're going to lose to the Super Bowl champs. It's just how it is. But in Houston, same scenario. They're pushing to win that division because it's pretty weak. They only need to probably win that last game or 2, and they'll have the division. Giants, though, they're going to be crumbled cookies at this point. Crumble reference. Not sponsored. Man, and if you just watched the Chiefs video, go watch that right now before I say this. You beat the Chiefs. You beat the Chiefs. It's crazy to me that you guys beat the Chiefs right here, but I think it's that last game energy that you just want to screw over the Chiefs because you're a division rival. Kind of like what you did with the Chargers, the Derek Carr timeout. I mentioned that last video. And look at this. You finished 8-9. 8-9 in a tough division at that, by the way. A very tough division. You got to be happy about that. Everybody's going to be happy about that. Geno Smith will probably get another year or two. And you're kind of in the middle of draft board. You focus on O-line or defense. And you could compete to win this division because you're only 3 or 4 wins off the division, you know? And a couple of these games you could lose. Like, you may not beat the Chiefs. You may not beat any of your division rivals. I just think that it's so competitive. And especially with the Raiders, like them being the worst team technically, which they are. I think that they've got a little more grit in their teeth. Let's head over here and check out the rankings. I had you guys at 5-12, and you went 4-13. I was very close with that as well, kind of like the Chiefs. Now, clearly, you're just... There's only one place for you. I thought we were going to do more NFC teams. We're doing we're doing another AFC team after this. Chargers is tomorrow, too. But you're going to end up 8th, right outside of the playoffs. And that is crazy to think that if the Bengals didn't get 9 wins, if they were 8-9, I don't know if the tiebreaker would have worked that way, but all of the AFC West could have been in the playoffs if like the tiebreaker worked that way. I don't know exactly if it would have or not, but I think that's just crazy to me. And going from 14th to 8th in the AFC, 4 more wins, you look a lot better, you feel a lot better, you're excited with Ashton Genty and everything. Jackson Betch, whatever his name is. You love to see it, man, and hopefully you continue to progress and the front office keeps doing what they're doing. You got some good years with Max Crosby, and he's a star. Use him well. That'll be all for this video. Tune in tomorrow for the Chargers, which will be a very interesting video. If you don't understand, tune in tomorrow. But I'll see you guys later. Peace out.